For me, imagination is more important than reality. I mean, reality doesn't interest me very much at all. But you know, sometimes I think that our imaginative life guides our actions more than, you know, taxis and errands and paying our bills.
Imagination? Well, I mean, I think as an actor, it can be everything, especially if you're trying to portray something you've never portrayed before. As it pertains to this, you know, I was portraying a stand-up comedian. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I had an experience doing stand-up before we started this, just so I would have some experience under my belt to give me a point of reference. But beyond that, it is imagination, and you're extrapolating, you know, the things that you understand and the things that you've experienced and combining them into something.
Let's say that I don't need to do much to get my imagination going. It's harder to stop it though. So, no, I've always been, since I'm very little, I have a wild imagination, but for the good and the bad. So, you know, it's hard for me to fly because I imagine the worst scenarios all the time. But like fly, meaning not with my wings, but with my airplane, my private airplane. I don't have a private airplane. What am I talking about? No, anyway, imagination. I guess it's like, you know, my dad always told me crazy stories when I was a kid, so it kind of wired my brain in a way that I'm always in a state of, you know, semi-conscious, semi-delirious.
Bombay Sapphire Imagination Series is an annual worldwide film competition that encourages participants to use their imagination. They're starting from a script with very little direction or instruction at all. It's very skeletal. And they take the story wherever they would like. The 2013 competition is similar to 2012 in that these very, very minimalist, bare-bones scripts have room for people to take them almost wherever they want. But in 2013, there's this issue of time that it can be played with a little. And so, again, it still has all the room that we had for 2012. All of the room for people to imagine and interpret what's on the page. But here, there's just that added element of playing with time. Imagination is a gift that we all have, and a very powerful one. And it's without limits. And it's something that we probably use more than we know, yet perhaps not enough. And so the Bombay Sapphire Imagination Series is designed so that filmmakers and everyday people who perhaps aren't filmmakers can use this to explore their imagination, to express themselves, and perhaps even surprise themselves. And to me, that's the most exciting thing about this entire competition.